everyone, and welcome to Up and Out. I'm your host, LaPorsche. New do, you like? Listen, today I got to talk to one of my favorite on-air homegirls, Miss Rachel Smith. And you know, she gave me the lowdown of everything happening in Vegas. And baby, it's a lot. All right, check it out. I have one of our favorite correspondents with me today, the one and only Rachel Smith, reporting live from Vegas.
How are you, my friend? So happy to be on the show.
Thank you. I'm so happy to have you on and for us to be talking, having a good time. We've already been cracking up behind the scenes. And I heard, you know, they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except for when I'm all up in Vegas's business. And that's what you're here to give me all the tea about what's happening in Vegas. And there are some major things coming up. Let's get right to it. Let's start with Dita Von Teese, return of her show, I believe.
Yeah, well, it's very interesting. First of all, I mean, LaPorsche, you are going to want to book a ticket immediately with all the amazing things happening in Vegas, because I think your fun energy is completely aligned with all the great things happening in Vegas. Like, you would fit right in. You can just, like, you know, stay in Shea Smith right here. You can move on in. But seriously, there's so much going on. And you mentioned Dita Von Teese. Of course, she's like the queen of burlesque. You most recently probably saw her in the movie Don't Worry, Darling. She was in the Bejeweled video with Taylor Swift and those signature martini glasses. Well, she has launched a brand new residency called Dita Las Vegas, a jubilant review. Don't you like that?
I love that name, Dita Las Vegas.
Right? And you know what's really special and significant about this show is that, listen, showgirls are synonymous with Vegas, just like Elvis and the Rat Pack, right? Yep. But since we have not had that classic Jubilee showgirl show for almost 15 years, so she went back to the iconic Jubilee Theater. She just launched this weekend. And let me tell you, it is such a production. So, I mean, rhinestones, feathers. And what I love so much too, LaPorsche, is diversity of dancers, okay? She has showgirls. She's got show boys.
Yes.
They're all bedazzled too.
I love that. So, you know, Rachel, so I'm a dancer, right? And I actually did a step show. I'm in a sorority, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. And, you know, it's a historically Black sorority, right? And so we do a lot of the stepping and the dancing. And I've been dancing for a very long time. And so my first show that I did with the sorority was burlesque themed. And I had a time. So I don't know what strings you have to pull, but when I come to Vegas, okay, I feel like I'm going to be saying that all interview long. But when I come to Vegas, I have to go see this show. And you've already seen it, correct? Yeah,
I was there opening night this past weekend. And again, you know what I love so much is, listen, showgirls are part of Las Vegas, but because it's modern, because she's such an ally, she has representation. I mean, we saw dancers every shape, every size, every age, every ethnicity, every sexuality. So she has really taken a modern twist and made sure that representation is front and center in this very glitz, glamour, and sexy show, I must say.
Oh, I love that. I mean, I really love, Rachel, that all of these different artists and shows and production teams are really being inclusive across the nation. I really feel like, you know, we look to entertainment for what we should be doing, where we should be catching up to. And so I'm really happy to know that she's being super, super inclusive. All right. So, you know, the girls have been talking about this next one, Bravocon. Give it to me, Rachel. Give it to me.
I mean, Las Vegas is like vibrating with all the housewives and Vanderpump, Below Deck, Married to Medicine. Bravocon has left New York this year. They've hit the jackpot. They're in Vegas.
Yes.
LaPorsche, it's over 150 Bravo celebrities. It's 3 days, all weekend. It's going to be, and by the way, you know what their slogan is?
What?
I think it should be your slogan when you come visit. The slogan for Bravocon is, what happens in Vegas slays in Vegas.
Let's go!
Right? That's fun.
That is such a good one. Oh my gosh. You know, I love their little slogans and catchphrases. You know, okay. So who have you seen so far peeping around? Who's been the most stylish? Give it to me, girl.
Well, listen, Andy Cohen's already here. He got here a couple days early. He's making the rounds. He's been to a couple of our fun little clubs and restaurants. And there's going to be everyone. Lisa Vanderpump. I mean, like you said, some new cast members. You know, Roni, the Housewives of New York, got a reboot their franchise. But I got a little inside tip from Vegas that Friday, the house husbands are going to do a whole panel, and they're going to have a special visit from the men of Magic Mike. They're going to teach him some moves.
You know, I definitely, if I would have known about this, my mom and I would fly out there and she would have a time. Okay.
Oh, listen, we'll do Dita, we'll do Magic Mike, we'll do it all.
Please. Okay, you're going to be the perfect guy in the city. Now, I also heard some tea that Ramona Singer is like banned from Bravocon. Do you know anything about that?
Well, this is just developing as we're talking. I've heard, of course, listen, she's been a very controversial character since the start of her appearance, but I don't know all the details, but I know she's been taken off the Bravocon schedule, but I hear she might be out of other jobs, other positions because of some racial comments that she either said or texted. Again, I don't have all the facts in front of me, but it doesn't look good. Ramona's definitely out of Bravocon, and she may be out of the Bravo universe for this behavior, alleged behavior. Again, we'll find out how this develops, but it's not looking good for Ramona. And again, she's been a very polarizing character. So I think some people, I don't know. It's going to be a talk of conversation, I'm sure, this weekend.
I definitely think so, because I got a call right before this interview began talking about that. And I was like, well, I mean, when are the girls going to learn? You can't keep saying those things. And of course, all of this is allegedly, we're true journalists, so we can't make any accusations. But what I can say, Rachel, is if it is true, bye-bye, honey, bye-bye. So it's just, it is what it is. The girls will learn one day.
And she's a grown woman. Okay, come on. Like this excuse of, they aren't used to the cameras or this or that. No, you're responsible for what you say. You're responsible for your actions. Having a platform like that is a privilege, not a right. And it's so unfortunate when people don't use it to, empower other people, to uplift. And I just understand she's always been someone who puts her, foot in her mouth. I don't think to this extent, but we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, she's definitely not here this weekend.
Well, listen, we shall see. And if she is here, she's definitely not going to be at Bravocon. So that'll be interesting. Okay, next on the list. You guys know that I am from Atlanta. So I am going to say this the country way. And then Rachel is definitely going to correct me. Are you ready, Rachel?
I'm ready.
The Sphere.
Listen, that makes sense. It's a fancy sphere.
The Sphere. That's listen, if you're from Georgia, then there are certain words that it's just very hard for me to say the correct way. But Rachel has all the tea on the Sphere.
Listen, I think Madison Square Garden and the Venetian, which are kind of partners in the Sphere, are going to be like, listen, LaPorsche, that is like a little fancier way to say it. I like it. It has a little sparkle. You know what I mean?
A little razzle dazzle.
Again, listen, who doesn't like a little razzle dazzle? I mean, by the way, bigger is better in Vegas, but this is literally and figuratively one of the biggest things that hit Las Vegas ever. I mean, it's the talk of not just the country right now, but the world, it seems like. The Sphere has been this huge, it's so big you can fit the Empire State Building, you can fit in the Statue of Liberty. Wow. And U2 has been the very first headliners to kick off a residency there. And of course, let me tell you something. A-listers always come to Vegas, but when you have Sir Paul McCartney and Oprah the same night, come on.
Listen, Rachel, thank you so much for joining me today on the show. I cannot wait to have you back, hopefully within the next 2 weeks, because we both have the same energy and we're both very okay. So thank you so much for joining me.
Congratulations on your show. You're bringing so much fun energy to the Advocate channel. And I just think your positivity is something that's informative, entertaining, and inspiring. So I love what you bring.
Thank you so much. That really means so much to me.
We'll see you in Vegas.
Yeah. Listen, Rachel is such a joy to talk to. I'm so happy she was on the show today. And listen, Rachel, I'm going to hold you to those Usher tickets and those Adele tickets and all of the tickets, because we know you have all of the connections. Listen, everyone, thank you so much for watching the show today. I can't wait to see you tomorrow, girls.